You're absolutely busy is again a part of it. What Eastern wisdom says, remove the ignorance and find the real self. How simple we are. So last week what we had, last week, why master can we get permanent happiness by the word? Yes, I wrote the question. I normally write the question, yeah. You learning the story, I think you still remember the story of a two diamond merchants and one sun and a piece of a glass which is glowing very brightly and which was known as it is not even worth a penny. And another piece which was actually a diamond worth millions of dollars. Who can recognize? Once I have the skill set and I know the rules. Same thing applies here. So in our today's session, we will pick up these couple of very important questions. Never forget these questions. So one question and then we have secondary questions related to the main question. And as long as you are not clear in your head, you have to ask the question to remove the doubt. Why? So that we have a conviction in the mind. When you have a conviction about your about your home, you never forget your home address. You have a conviction about your car, you never forget your car. You have a conviction about your honey, even if you fight, you don't forget your honey. You have a conviction, he or she is my son and daughter, you don't forget. You have a conviction about your marriage. Are you single or married? Mind does not need to think. It says, no, I'm married. No, whether you say it with a smile or frowning, that's a different matter. But you don't forget. Do you understand that? John, see how logical we are. We don't talk of the religion and we don't talk of the cult, dogma, belief. You will get lot of beautiful experiences, vision and colors. We don't talk. That is the beauty of the Eastern wisdom. So having said that, first question, what is the goal of life? So then we will also give you the answer of coming from the master. And then we see that then you have to ask secondary questions pertaining to the goal of life. All the questions that comes to you. I'm in a hurry, I'm going to my workplace to earn money. That is the only goal of life. So why I have chosen that goal of life? To go to the workplace to get more stress, return home with a lot of money. Money plus dividend. Every month, every day. That is my goal of life. Tell me if it is not true. So wealth plus dividend, I continue getting the dividend. Then I realize sugar is a poison. That dividend has to take stock of your body. Did you understand? I don't want to name it. The disease. Sugar is a poison. I'm in stress. I want more energy. So sugar gives me more energy. Diabetes. Did you understand? That is how we have to analyze and examine what is the goal of life. So, should I not earn money? Yes, I must earn money, but not with a dividend. Me on more and more. What's the problem? Second, related question. What is the common desire of all the living species, including the human being? I should be very clear. Three questions I'm taking in this today. Third question is, what exactly is the end of suffering and permanent happiness and realization of permanent happiness? I'm taking only three questions. There are about 200 questions. So, as we go on answering these questions and understand clearly, and once I said, when you answer clearly means what? When the answer coming from your intellect has a conviction, your life will change. I think I spoke correctly. I made right sentences. I'm repeating it. I related it to the first. Don't you have a conviction about your home, about your car? You never forget it. Do you ever forget? So when I have a conviction about what is the goal of life, what is the common desire of all the living species, I have 100% conviction. 99.9% will not do. Will not do. You have 0.0000. You have 0.501% doubt about who is your honey? It will not work. I picked up another text and I said, you all should come out in chains and express that, yes, I'm changing. Otherwise, what a big deal with our mind. Mind will say, I heard and listened so calmly, respectfully to this beer guy. There is no change in life. It is because of you, not because of me. Very clear. So, why I said 100% conviction about these three questions. What exactly is the end of suffering? Third question. And realization of permanent happiness. What exactly is the common desire of all the living species? And what exactly is the goal of life? You hammer your intellect by thinking. Do not hammer with the hammer, but hammer with your mind means that you have to sit down. Mind, why the hell you are always in stress? Why you are in anxiety? Why you say beautiful words after the practice that I feel very calm? Why that calmness is lost? Because that calmness did not come from contact with any object or a person outside. Are you getting it? I don't ask. Why I don't ask? That's a different question. Why I'm not answering that? There is no proxy. I cannot put peace and happiness in you. And those so called claim who are spiritual people who claim that close your eyes and I will send you the peace, they are wrong. They are crazy. They don't know what the spirituality is. Don't get carried away by them. You don't have a conviction. No, I'm not serious. I'm just telling you. So our master answers the first question, and then we will go deeper and we will see how to open up and how our masters helps us to open up by asking the secondary questions. And today we are just at the introductory part. So what is the goal of the life? So just think of the means and the goals. The master says understand what are the means and what is the goal. I'm I'm in a store 25 miles away. I use the car as a means to reach home. To reach home is the goal of life. Car is a means. I'm hungry. I spend the money to buy the food. So the money is a means. It is not a goal. Are you understanding? The mind keeps that confusion, wrong notion. What wrong notion? That car is the goal, money is the goal. As long as your mind keeps the means as a goals, there is no end of suffering. You will suffer. Whether you are Bill Gates or Elon Musk, you will continue to suffer because means are not the goals. I will marry to be happy. So, marriage is not a goal to be happy. Happiness is the goal, marriage is the means. I will divorce to be happy. How many people who are divorced are happy? And how many people who are married are happy? And how many people who are still single are happy? Keep laughing, so that I should not observe you. Don't give me don't give me a wrong signal. What difference it makes, if you keep laughing? Hide your no, I'm very happy in the marriage. Really? So you were never sad, you never reacted until today in a marriage. Why? 100% conviction. Ah, don't tell me I'm pulling on, I'm very happy in the marriage. Or even after divorce, I'm very happy. Don't tell me this. Don't tell me I'm single and very happy. Are you getting it? Being single, being married, being divorced are not the goals. They are the means. What is the goal of life? So you see, that is how our master helps us to understand. Goal of life is permanent happiness, permanent peace, permanent love. We'll talk about the love. Normally say my honey loves me so much, but last week he was very or she was very sad and angry over me because he loves you or she loves you. I know that. I can understand. This young guy said, I met this girlfriend, and I gave 200%. I said, who told you to give 200% to her? Did you have a dream? You have been with me for the last 7 months and you did not give even 50%. And you gave 200% to her? No, no. Over the top, the story continues. He said, now I'm totally frustrated. She doesn't talk to me. That women are meant for life like this. There's no problem. Means and the goals, we should be very clear in our head. Second question, what are the common desires of all the human beings, all the living species? I have told a lot of times. You touch any living species, they feel threatened. They want security. So that's why either if it is a bird, they fly. They are insects, they fly. Elephant, tiger, you find any living species. Instinctively, they understand instinctively. Common desire is peace and happiness and security. Out of the security comes the peace, and out of the peace comes happiness. So when modern science says it is a sense of security, every living species is seeking the security. It is because of the peace and happiness. They seek instinctively. We have a choice to seek it consciously. We understand. No, but we don't understand. There is no 100% conviction. My friends, understand this point. My mind does not have a conviction. It has nothing to do with my honey, my members of the family or the society or the culture or the nation or the religion. It has nothing to do with. Throw them all. My mind is living in ignorance. That's why I don't have that conviction. I don't understand. I don't want to understand. What is the common desire is the peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom for every living species on the earth. Choice. We have a choice to choose it consciously. All the rest of the living species have different gradations. Animals, fish, and etc., they don't know. But still they act instinctively. Security. So first is why security? If you ask security, they want to be in peace. Why they want to be in peace? Happiness. They don't remember. They don't know it. Their mind is not developed. Our mind is developed. And I say our mind is really developed. I'm very intelligent. Don't criticize me. That is why I'm living loveless life for 27 years. Now, did you understand? I don't want to name him. He may sue me. Who knows? I don't have enough money to pay him. Do you see the conviction? That is why the masters of the Eastern wisdom, they go on talking and helping the mind of the seekers to understand, reach to that state of the conviction. Suppose I have reached to the conviction, one guy told me, I said, you are a great seeker. So what will happen? You will continue to chase until you realize permanent peace and happiness. Whether you continue with me or you leave me, that does not matter. You will find another one because now you have that conviction. Second benefit of that conviction, you will not get carried away by the musicians in the name of the spiritual people who claim that they will bless you and you will be a spiritual person. The seeker instantly recognizes. You have that level of a conviction. That is why I started this this text. I have to think. I think and get into the stress, but if you think what you are learning, it will give you calmness. But I don't have time. Tell me honest. Don't raise your hand, but honestly, I know. Nobody has the time to think. I have a lot of time to think into anxiety, into stress, into being absolutely busy. But I don't have it. I have a lot of time to criticize, blame, and complain others. I don't have a time to think over these. The moment I can bet you that the moment you start thinking about what these three questions, you will realize that the mind is naturally moving into calmness and peace. Why? Because you want to search yourself. There is no other person, including your honey or members of the family. This journey is all about real self, about knowing my true nature. Why you cannot have a stress in that process of a thinking? There is only one topic. What is that topic? You. Do you see that? You. There is always a conflict if there are two. There is no two inside us. There is only one. There is only one Charlie. There is one John. There is one Anne. There is one me. There is only one Sophie. And the moment say, no, no, there are two Sophies. Something I hide and something I expose. That is the problem. That is why you don't have a conviction. No, just an example. Don't feel bad. Mead is listening with an apt attention. You all moved a bit. Mead did not move. Not smiling. So please think about these three questions, and then whatever you have contemplated and reflected, just write on a single page of paper and hide from the others in the family. Don't tell them. And then we will understand how the master opens up these three questions almost with hundreds of secondary questions, but I will pick up the main. And then you will see how the journey becomes a real journey. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. And be adjust and align your body. When you understand these principles, my friends, understanding it through that intellect gives a push to the mind, and it tells the mind, don't be distracted. And so when you are not distracted, it gives you an understanding of the power of the knowledge. So being comfortable, I told you position of the body, and I'm returning again, but going little deeper into the same step. the way I went last time. So now see, pay attention. So you look at the neck joint. Yes, I'm looking at the neck joint mentally. So now I experience the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Yes. Now differentiate between the experience of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. It is subtle, not perceived, not seen by the sense organ. And when I say neck joint, it is seen by the sense organ. No, no, but what do you mean by it? So when I experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness, it is a rise in awareness. Meditation is a journey to raise your level of awareness ultimate until you reach to the highest. You are realized. You are awakened. Now do you see I have explained being comfortable more than 50 different ways. But this is one of the essence. Now pick up that. Look at the shoulder joints. You're looking the physical parts perceived by the sense organs. It has an image. The mind creates an image. But when you experience the sensation, comfort, and steadiness, the boundaries, the limitedness of the shoulder joints are broken by experiencing the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. The mind has broken that limitation. We talk of the sensation. Can you say the shape and the size of the sensation? No. So when the meditation succeeds, when you are awake and also aware, look at the entire body, physical. It has got its limitation. So the mind finds the limitation, being aware of the body. So you see that when I used to say that now move deeper within and experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. What I said, move within. I used to say. I gave that instruction. But now what I'm saying? That moving within means rise in awareness. Why? The mind has become subtle now. How can you say it is subtle? It is subtle because you are experiencing sensation, comfort, and steadiness. That experience, that knowledge, that awareness of sensation, comfort, and steadiness is the journey. Maybe after a few months I will change it, but the main step will remain the same. I believe from today you will discern, you will recognize the way I gave the instructions. That is the royal secret, and it is an open secret. Who are seekers who recognize. Very good. So now being carefree. In being carefree, I gave you a simple metaphor. Mental highway, other physical material highway, 3 lanes. Lane 1, unwanted, unwelcome thoughts. Lane 2 is the intellect, knowledge part. Observer is here, sitting here. Like observer is sitting in the lane 2. The like, I gave you example many hundred of times. The way we are standing across a road, we don't enter into the traffic, but we recognize there is a traffic jam. How come I'm standing across? We are standing on the lane 2, watching the unwanted, unwelcome thoughts. Let them come and go. Oh, let them come and go? Yes. So the moment you recognize unwanted, unwelcome thoughts separate from you, how do you know? You are in lane 2. You don't jump into the lane 1. So what will happen? The mind will jump into the lane 3. What is that state? That is state is calmness. That state is calmness. When? Here and now. But I didn't do anything. You need not to do anything. But how come the calmness? That calmness is a manifestation of the peace, which is my essential nature. So that knowledge, my friends, plus the practice should go together. We now go deeper from the knowledge perspective. Knowledge is awareness. Knowledge is awareness. Awareness is experience. Can I experience? Sarvesham. No, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. Let everyone be happy. That is the meaning. But why I am seeking grace and why I am blessing happiness for all? No, wrong interpretation. Happiness is the nature of every living species on the earth. Then what? I am recognizing that not only the happiness is my essential nature, but also the essential nature of the members of my family who is living with me. Now, what I do when my members of the family are crazy, I have recognized, I have understood happiness in me. So if they are crazy, I don't react, I don't become crazy. It changes your attitude. How? By knowledge and awareness. My friend, understand that clearly. Sarve santu niramaya. Let everyone be in the state of the well-being. You can say security. Everyone is demanding security for peace and happiness. Every living species. So why others are fighting with me? Because they do not know this path of Eastern wisdom. You know it. You have a greater responsibility. You have that conviction. When you have that conviction, you will always keep a distance. You will come to know how to deal with those people. That is the message of the mantra. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu, let everyone be blessed. Today in the morning, I woke up. I recognized, I had a knowledge that I was alive. Then I remembered I have to give a lesson from 8, then at 10. Is it not a grace by the existence that kept me alive today? What other kind of a blessing I need? Do I recognize that? Why? I will continue to live in higher awareness. That is the essence of it. My friends, so ma kashe dukha bhagu bhavid. Literal simple meaning. Let none suffer from misery in this world. Why? I experience the misery and the suffering because of ignorance. So when I remove that ignorance, what will happen? The inner peace and the happiness will manifest in me. Oh, is that so? Do you have that conviction? It all depends on all of you. So now in that state, what we did from the previous steps, when I say we move the mind from outside to inside, that means rise in awareness. So when we rise in awareness, there's a natural state of the calmness and the peace and the joy that you might be experiencing now. Don't take my phrase moving the mind within the body means you will see the, what do you see? Blood, fecal matter, lymph, skeleton. That is not the meaning of moving within, but there is no language available. Hmm. Rise in awareness. Look at the breath. Breath goes in and comes out. So when we experience the rise in awareness, when there is a fairly sensation, comfort and steadiness. Again I'm using the word so you extract the essence. Mind is living within. Means mind is living a bit higher level of awareness. With that awareness you are looking at the breath. You might have heard and someone might have taught you, breath mindfulness is there. How can breath mindfulness be there? Unless you have not prepared. So now you are looking at the breath that is going in and out. You are feeling the sensation of what? Of the breath. You do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. So explore different pointers by which you can raise your awareness. Is the key of the breath awareness. It has nothing to do with the focus. You're casually looking at the breath, so instantly you are aware of the breath that is going in and out. Very good. You do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Very good. When the breath goes in, you become aware of the space where the breath goes in. You see another pointer of awareness. We have 52 different types and stages of breath awareness. So the same way when the breath comes out, become aware of the infinite space just in front of the nose where the breath merges. And from the same space, another breath is taken inside. Do you see where we and the world meet together? That is the essence of it. So we change the track of the mind every time the breath goes in. You simply drop gently Shantoham. What it means, I am the peace. When the breath returns, again drop Shantoham. 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 That understanding, living in the mind. Understanding means knowledge. Knowledge means awareness. So from that higher awareness, pointers are very clear. The first pointer, the breath is going in and out, and you know it. You do not change the breath, know it. And every time the breath goes in, you become aware of the space where the breath is going and where the breath is coming out. Breath comes out, merges into the existence, the infinite space, and from the same space it goes in. I'm connected to this. And then I drop Shantoham. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences, bring the hands down. We'll share our experiences so that we understand how the mind responds to different revelations. Let us start with the Charlie. How are you, Charlie?
Hello. I'm good. Hard to describe.
Yeah.
It felt like there's a framework of the words and the body awareness, and then I go inside that, and then I go inside that, or go inside that, or I go outside that. I can't really explain it. It's just I'm somewhere else,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I can hear.
yeah. When we are somewhere else, it points out that we have transcended the world the mind has created of thoughts, of feeling, of emotions, of good and the bad. That is how gradually and progressively the mind recognizes that we can enter into that state also. There is a possibility. Relaxation and calmness, they are definitely the byproduct of this. Beautiful. How are you, Sophie?
Hello, I am good. I I didn't fall asleep, but some point I didn't hear the instructions anymore. Um, so yeah, everything was cut off.
Everything was outer world was not there. And that is
Yeah,
why I experienced that there was almost nothing except the space. So, in that state, we are not in a hurry, we are not busy, mind is not taking me out. That is how. So, just the more you contemplate and reflect, we find that we enter into a different state. That is what the rise in awareness is. How are you, Anne?
Yeah, I feel peaceful. I was able to listen continuously without
Yeah,
falling
yeah, that's
asleep.
good. Yeah, that peace and that sense of the calmness. And when we keep on listening means the field of awareness where the listening was continuously. So remember, one practice can give you a variety of experience. Everyone has his or her own experience based on the mind and its impressions that we have accumulated over the years. Nothing to do with good and bad in a particular practice. That is how we need to contemplate and reflect. We will go to John. How are you?
Hey, Girish, I'm fine. I continue to be amazed at how quickly this practice goes by.
Beautiful.
I have some fairly stressful work, but I didn't even think about that.
You separated that stressful work in the mind by the knowledge. And that is why your mind says, how amazed that it went so fast. So that is also an indication of a state of the timelessness. It went so fast. I gave the same practice with this almost more or less the same duration. So we need to contemplate what happened to me, why I experienced that state. It is possible to live into the state which is totally absence of all the suffering. This is what the Buddha says in his third of the Four Noble Truths. But we have to follow the way the Buddha says. How are you, me?
I feel very peaceful.
Very peaceful. Good.
Those three words: sensation,
Comfort
comfort, and steadiness.
and steadiness.
Sensation, comfort, and
And
steadiness.
steadiness. So you see that when these words enters deeper into the mind, why I say deeper into the mind, it's a rise in awareness. It's nothing but it's a rise in awareness. Means my level of awareness has gone up. when it reaches to a certain point and it is irreversible, then only we are a spiritual person. Otherwise, everything is a gossip. No, I'm not a religious person, but I'm a spiritual person. That is why. It has nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, thank you very much. We'll meet again. Thank you next week.
Thank you.